In this video, I'm going to share with you the equipment I use for my video production, and it's actually not all that much. If you're looking to upgrade from your phone camera, then these are some of the things that I would consider in order to upgrade your video production needs. I've been in video production for a little bit over 5 years now at this point, and there's some essentials that you need in order to increase the production value of your videos. Now, the camera that I'm filming on right now is my camcorder. It's just a Canon camcorder. It's very inexpensive, but it gets the job done in that I'm able to keep a continuous roll without the camera having to time out after about 30 minutes. And sometimes I can go long-winded on videos, and I do need that cushion. So the camcorder is the best one. And also it allows me to showcase kind of like what I use with my camera, the actual camera I use for video production or photography. And so the camera that I recently upgraded to was the Sony a7 III. I upgraded from the Sony a7S Mark I. And so that one actually served its purpose for a few years and has been more than enough. And actually this a7 III has been kind of overkill for the things that I want to do and the things that I actually do when it comes to my business needs. But it takes beautiful images, it takes beautiful video, and I'm pretty happy with it. Now, I do have the a7 III, the Sony a7 III, and then my lens that I use for both video and photography is the Zeiss lens, the 16 to 35 millimeter. Now, with this, it's a very wide angle, and the reason I use it for video production is when I'm doing a run and gun, I need something that has continuous focus without me having to manually focus in every time. And one of the things that I really don't want to do on a run and gun is the manual focus, which comes in with the L series lens, the 24-105, with a photodiox adapter. Now, this is not good for run and gun. You can make it work for run and gun, and I have made it work for run and gun, but this is more for my stationary interviews, for the talking head videos. This is the one I use because the glass is just absolutely incredible. I'm able to zoom in a lot more with it than just the 16 to 35. But this is my setup here, and then I have the Rode VideoMic Pro on top of it as a backup audio. So when I'm doing run and gun, this is a lifesaver, but when I'm doing interviews, this is my backup, and then the audio I use primarily is right here, and I hook this up to the subject. Now I have two of these. One is right here, and the other one I'm wearing. And with both of these, you get the best audio sound for your video production. Now, with this, the audio is able to do its best when it comes to audio recording. The camera is able to do its best for video production. And so that's why I keep them separated, so that way they have their own independent jobs. Now, the catch is you have two different files that you're working with. So you do have to sync those up. And oftentimes what I'll do either at the beginning or the start of rolling the film is I'll clap 3 times. So that way I can get an audio spike in my production line with Adobe Premiere, and then I'm able to sync up the audio and video. So these are the two that I use, and I've been using the Zoom for about 3 or 4 years now. These are the same ones. There's a newer version now. And then these microphones I've been using for a couple of years, and these are the Sony Lapel mics. You can actually get them from Best Buy for about 20 bucks. And so the Zoom is about $100, and then everything else is kind of like, it's gonna be in the thousands. And the lens that I use for interviews is my 24-105 L series lens. This is about 5 years, 6 years old. And it's so old that now I can, it kind of just falls. And I may need to get a new one, but I often use gaffer's tape to tape it in place whenever I do interviews. But the glass on this, the quality is just so good that there's no reason for me to upgrade. There's no reason for me to change at this point because it's still doing its job. And this is basically my setup here. Obviously, I use a tripod and some lights, but when it comes down to it, this is the core. This is the core equipment I use. Everything else I can move around. I've done interviews without lights. I've done it with natural light, with interior lights that's already there at the location. And for audio, I have kids. You may hear them, but they're screaming in the background. They're having a good time. But this audio is able to isolate the area and help just capture the crisp audio. If I were using the shotgun mic, you would probably hear the kids, laughing and giggling upstairs. But this is just the backup. In either case, the audio is going to be far better than what's on the camera. But if you're looking to upgrade from your cell phone or from a point-and-shoot camera or from a GoPro, this is the set that I would recommend you get. Get a DSLR camera with an autofocus lens. Get a shotgun mic for backup audio, a lapel mic for primary audio, and then just high-quality glass that will help your production value go up, the production quality go up. But ultimately what it comes down to is the story and the value that you're delivering to your audience. And so as long as you're delivering that, a GoPro, a phone camera, a point and shoot camera can definitely serve its purpose. But all of this here will definitely step up your game when it comes to production quality.